In this episode, I want to show you what I carry around in my range bag. IPSC shooters generally carry too much crap with them. And I'm one of them, and I've always carried a lot of stuff just in case. Perhaps it's my Boy Scout youth, but I always try and be prepared as far as possible. So let's have a look. This bag is nearly 30 years old. I got it at the 1996 World Shoot, and I've probably just been too lazy to change and upgrade to something different ever since. There's a lot of various sizes and shapes and colors on the market these days, but this one has lasted me very well since then. So range bags generally have one big compartment on the inside, smaller compartments on the outside, and then tiny ones front and back. I've added a brass bag to mine with a simple clip to be able to drag it around with me, and all my spent cases that I pick up get dumped in there. I've got a cap to keep the sun out of my eyes and to stop brass falling in by my glasses. My hearing protection, both ear muffs, and when I'm shooting rifle, in silenced rifles, I've got ear plugs, rechargeable. Obviously, a range bag needs ammo. There's 200 rounds of 9mm. To put up targets when I'm practicing, I'll often leave this out when I'm going to a match and I'm not responsible to put up targets, but for practice, a staple gun to attach the targets to wooden stakes. My trusty Chapman toolkit that's got a few additional items. This is the gunsmith toolkit, and fantastic. I've got one in my range bag, one in my gun room, and one in the garage as a general use. There's a couple of other tools to supplement that. The Chapman kit is predominantly American, so I've got some metric Allen keys. This is to help take my mags apart and clean them. I've got a Leatherman. There's a whole bunch of screws, a few toothbrushes and such like in here. One of the many Glock tools that I own. It's a very simple system. And this is a silicone cloth to keep my mags clean on the inside. I have a combination hammer and squib rod to, if somebody gets something stuck in their barrel, to help remove that. That'll do the job. I've got a little medical box, which has got a simple bandage, some lip ice, some sunscreen and insect repellent, and a couple of earplugs. I've probably got a lot of earplugs around, and a few plasters. Really just a very simple system as a start. I've got a sticker left over from somewhere and a instruction manual that I haven't used for a gazillion years for my new timer of the time. It's just been lying at the bottom of the range bag, the instruction manual, not the timer. I've got my timer, which is essential for training and occasionally at competition when the match timer fails. I've got a backup. Here's an assortment of things, a chamber flag, a cloth to clean my glasses, some earplugs, another cloth to clean my glasses, and more earplugs, and a charging cable for my Garmin chronograph. And then another utility box with some tissues and batteries and lip ice, more batteries. No lip ice, the lip ice is moved to the other one, but some tissues, a spare lace for my shoes or my boots, and a whole bunch of batteries that are not utilized as frequently as they should be these days. So that's generally the main compartment. Sometimes I'll add in some snacks and some water or a flask of coffee if I'm going to be at the range for a long time. And that's generally what lives on the inside of my range bag. The main pouch is designed to house the pistol, either in a pistol pouch or because I also use my protective equipment in that same pouch. I've got gloves, I've got elbow pads and a knee pad. I generally only use one knee pad myself because I only put one knee on the ground at a time in IPSC, but the protective equipment lives there and I keep the pistol protected by the protective equipment on that side. This is the magazine section where the bag has got pouches for each magazine. I've got 5 normally, 1 standard and 4 extended which I reload with. I'll drop this one mostly into the dirt at the start. Some pens, I've got some oil, patches, especially when you're practicing, you need to make sure you have patches, never enough tissues, and a towel that I almost never use, but it's there in case it gets hot. Hidden in the back here, some wipes, some keys, and some other useless bits of stuff that generally go around with me. In this pouch is the wet weather gear. Here's a bag, a plastic bag to put the range bag in when it's nice and wet to keep everything dry. I've got a disposable raincoat and some more tissues. I don't really use a lot of tissues and that's probably the problem. Then the last section of this bag is what I call the office section, where my name card and I usually keep some business cards go so I can identify my bag. And then I've also got some place here for a notebook. I've got an old calculator that I'm not even sure works. Oh, it does. It's got a photo power. So a calculator when it was important for me to calculate my power factors and match points and such like. I've got some overlays for scoring and a very old Practical Shooting Association membership card that expired in 2014, not 19s, in 2014. So that's the office section and I'll probably refresh it sometime soon. A range bag is really useful. You need somewhere to keep your stuff together. It doesn't need to be as big and copious as this one, but you must make sure you can carry your magazines, your ammunition, your protective equipment at the very least. I hope you enjoyed this tour through my range bag. Let me know in the comments what you carry that I don't, and we can chat about it. If you need a range bag, come and visit Shooting Stuff. We're here giving you more time to shoot.